Hey guys, backyard farmer Pat here. Today we're going to do some harvesting. Guys, the animals have been coming out and they've been doing quite a bit of harvesting for me. So today I want to go ahead and harvest while I still have some fruit to harvest. So let's go ahead and get started. So guys, the first thing we're going to harvest this watermelon. This was the very first watermelon. It's actually a volunteer plant, but as you guys can see, we have multiple watermelons on this plant. Um, so we're gonna go ahead and harvest this. This one here at the bottom is yellow, and the tendril that attaches to this, you can see this is the tendril. The tendril is completely dried up. I know Diva Jones 03 said, wait until the entire vine is dry, but I think I'm gonna have to just harvest this now. You can see critters have been scratching it up, so I'm gonna go ahead and harvest this. Oh yeah, I think this is ready. This is definitely ready. And look at all those bugs underneath it. Yep. So this is my first watermelon. You can see some scratches on here, so I think this is the right time. This is a volunteer, but I believe this might be a sugar baby. It's a good size. Nice. Alright, so let's do some harvesting here. I'm going to do a separate video on my um, broadleaf thyme. You guys can see it has overtaken the bed. I mean, it's just overwhelming how much it has grown, guys. Look at this. I have tons of broadleaf thyme and parsley and oregano, but my oregano is like taking over the broadleaf thyme. But we're not gonna harvest any herbs. We're just harvesting fruits today. Let's get some tomatoes. So this is gonna be my first time tasting these tomatoes. I have a whole bunch of tomatoes, guys. I popped up toward the garden. Volunteers. You can see another one here volunteering. This one is just beginning to blossom now. So we have lots of tomatoes to harvest, even though up to yesterday we had a whole lot more. I'm gonna have to go behind the fence to get this. I have to have this chicken wire up like all throughout my garden because the chickens keep coming in and wreaking havoc. So let's get some tomatoes. It's gonna be a little bit tricky with the fencing. These may be Everglades tomatoes, which is like native to Florida. Yep, I think these look like Everglades. Whoops. Let's taste one. Mmm. Ooh, sweet. I think they're Everglades. Yeah, the good thing about Everglades tomatoes is that they handle the heat very well. So, whereas most other tomatoes by April, May, especially in Florida, they stop fruiting because of the heat. Everglades tomatoes can keep fruiting for a very long time. Let's see. Yeah, I want to make sure I get all ripe. Oops, what's that? Yeah, guys, I've been having so many critters in my garden, which I guess because it's organic. You know, the animals know what's good. They don't want to eat anything with a whole bunch of pesticide. Ooh, look at this. So pretty. Pretty little tomatoes to drop on the top of my salad, or to cook down, or to preserve. Well, I'm glad the animals didn't find these because they sure found my sweet 1 million. And it's really my fault, guys. I mean, it's been covered with fruit for a while. Alright, so that's that for the... There are a couple more on there. I'll just leave those. Alright, so this is my sweet 1 millions. This was like loaded just a few days ago, guys. But literally about 2 days ago. And then yesterday I came out and there were just hardly any on here. But there's still some. Yesterday there were like bunches of tomatoes on here. They're a little bit bigger than the Everglades tomatoes. Really, really sweet. Really sweet. It's like eating, it's like, it's a fruit, but you know, most people think of tomatoes like a vegetable, but it's a fruit because it has seeds. But it's like people come here and they just pop them in their mouth because it's like eating like sweet fruit. Really, really good. I like sweet tomatoes. Some people like pasty tomatoes. I prefer sweet tomatoes. That's my personal preference. So if you like sweet tomatoes and you like to have these small tomatoes, especially if you're in a very hot climate, these are great tomatoes to grow. Before we get to the rest of the tomatoes, I see something red in my pepper bush. I see some things red. Okay, looks like we have some peppers. We have our first peppers coming along here. So guys, we have 3 ripe ones, 3 ripe peppers. And speaking of the animals feasting, guys, look on the ground. Let me see if you can see. Look at this. This is underneath the tomato vine. You see all those little yellow things, guys? All those little yellow specks are seeds. The animals have been feasting on my tomatoes, and that's what I was telling you guys. This thing was loaded with tomatoes, but you can see thousands of or hundreds of little seeds under there. That's because the animals have been eating my tomatoes. My fault. Next time I'll harvest early. All right, so let's just finish this up, and then we're gonna harvest some of these Thai chili peppers. These are the first ones for the season. And look, a mustard green coming up. A mustard green and some string beans. Wow, that's the thing, guys. Once you plant, every year the same things come back up. Oh, my first, not sure what this is. It could be, I want to say it's Cubanelle, but they're supposed to be yellow. But the sign that fell off says Cubanelle, so I think it's a Cubanelle. But it's probably stayed on there long, that's why it's red. All right, so let's get some of these Thai chili peppers. I really thoroughly enjoyed these last year. We're still eating sauces, pepper sauces from these chili peppers. Very prolific. I remember on one of my videos last year, I picked 200 peppers in one day. So this is a new plant. That plant died back with a cold. So I planted this new one. So I'm gonna pick all these red ones so I can get more chili peppers. I also love to make the Thai pepper flakes, the chili pepper flakes. I dry it and pulverize it, and we use that a lot. Like we don't really need to buy pepper anymore. All right, so that's that. What else do we have, lady? Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it. Press this up here. So guys, this monster here is my, I don't know what it is. So this tomato plant is actually, come on, no. Let me give her one. Oh jeez. Here, here, here. All right, so guys, this tomato plant is one plant, believe it or not, right beside my callaloo. You know what? I should harvest some callaloo because that is ready. That is, these leaves are huge. These are all volunteers, guys. I didn't plant this. Um, it just popped up here. Let's get some callaloo. Yeah, this tomato just popped up here, so I'm gonna see if any tomatoes are ready. I don't know if any are. Um, Multitasking here, guys. Getting my callaloo before she gets it. The chickens actually like callaloo too. They probably just didn't notice with all this stuff that's here. So, oops. Oh my gosh. So she got the tomatoes. So this had tomatoes on it yesterday, but she's actually eating tomatoes right now, so it looks like she got to it. Oh my gosh. All right, so we won't be harvesting any tomatoes from this one. I'm not sure what it is. It looked almost like a sweet 1 million. It's very big. Oh, here's some. Here's some. These are the green ones, so hopefully she won't get those. All right. All right, let's move on. Let's see what else we have. Oh, one more callaloo. Let me get that. Guys, when you're harvesting callaloo, always harvest above a leaf node. That way it'll spring back. So you see I leave leaf nodes there. It's gonna be big again in no time. Alright, so let's see what else we can find. I just put her back in with her sisters. It looked like she actually wanted to go back in. Um, they can come out, but for some reason they can't figure their way back in. So, alright, so let me see what else we have. Right, so this is another one that I've been harvesting that is loaded. This is my Everberry and mulberry. This is wow, guys, these are so sweet. Guys, I would highly recommend Everberry and mulberries. Very sweet. They're small but super sweet, and as you can see, very prolific. It is full. The tree is full of Everberry and mulberries. The birds definitely like this. I like it, but as much as the birds eat, I can come out here anytime and just harvest and eat. I like to eat them. Sorry, guys. I like to eat them straight off the plant, just like this. This is full of nutrition. You know, all these berries that have this nice dark color, they're almost black. This is when you eat them. You eat them when they're dark like this. When they're red, they're not ripe yet. So I'm not gonna put any of these in a bowl. Just eating them straight like this, right off the vine, right off the bush. All right. My sister and her husband are coming next week, so I am very happy. Ooh, they're all falling off. Oh my gosh. It's probably easier to harvest if I just put a big cloth underneath it and shook the tree. Look at all that, guys. The tree is laden and they're just falling off on the ground. Guys, these blueberries have not disappointed. I have been consistently eating blueberries like every few days, and you can see the trees are loaded. But because my sister and her hubby are coming next week, and my son is also coming, I want them to be able to enjoy fresh blueberries. These blueberry bushes were planted on February 2nd. Today is April 26th, and we're eating loads of blueberries, guys. I think the mulberries are still my favorite. The mulberries are so much smaller, but they're so sweet. Anyway, guys, hope this encouraged you that you can plant a tree today, you can plant a seed today. You know, in no time you're going to be eating yummy berries or yummy guavas. We didn't look at a guava today because I just harvested the last of my guavas for this season, even though it's already covered with blossoms, covered with young fruit. So that's going to be the third round of fruit, and we're still in April. So guys, and of course my peaches, I have mangoes all over, I have bananas all over, but I'll be doing peach harvest coming up soon, and of course the bananas we just harvested a few days ago. So the bottom line is, guys, I have tons of food. Not to mention my plums are coming up, so be sure to hit subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can see as the various fruits ripen and as we go through and harvest and eat together. Anyway, guys, till next time, bye now.